Thanks for joining us tonight. This afternoon, the Iowa Supreme Court heard arguments over the 2023 law banning most abortions after about 6 weeks. A district court blocked that law shortly after it was passed. Now the state wants to lift that block until there's a ruling in its case versus the ACLU and Planned Parenthood of the Heartland. This abortion law is nearly identical to one passed in 2018. An Iowa district court also blocked that one. When the state appealed, the Iowa Supreme Court came to a split decision, keeping the block in place. In 2023, Governor Kim Reynolds called a special legislative session to pass the law that is once again up for debate. Maddie Franz breaks down today's arguments on whether the abortion ban is constitutional.
For the third time in 3 years, the Iowa Supreme Court is deciding if a law banning most abortions after about 6 weeks can stand. The state appealed a block on the law imposed by a district court. Now, the state wants the law to be enforced while it's challenged by the ACLU and Planned Parenthood of the Heartland. The Iowa Supreme Court first reviewed a similar abortion ban proposal back in 2022 and followed the undue burden standard. Courts use that standard when evaluating abortion laws. It means a law can't put substantial obstacles on a person seeking an abortion for a fetus that isn't viable. Peter Eam is representing Planned Parenthood of the Heartland.
PPH 2022, which is the controlling precedent, clearly stated that undue burden, quote, remains the governing standard, unquote.
Eric Wesson is the attorney for the state.
The legislature and the governor agree, which is why, for the second time, they enacted a law protecting unborn life from the point at which a fetal heartbeat can be detected.
He argues the undue burden standard should be discarded in favor of rational basis review. It means a law needs to have a legitimate state interest, and the law needs to connect to that interest. This is the least strict form of constitutional test. It's used when there's no fundamental right being discussed in the law, which Wesson argues was established by the court when it ruled abortion is not a constitutional right back in 2022.
Under Iowa's Constitution are all important, but they're not all fundamental.
However, Eames says the law would violate other rights.
The rational basis is not the proper standard in this case. And as we explained to the court today, that's because abortion bans like this violate Iowans' right to exercise autonomy and dominion over their own bodies.
The legal director of the ACLU of Iowa responded after the hearing.
We were in court today because the state politicians who enacted this ban think that it should be up to them to control the bodies and decisions of Iowans by banning abortion before many people even know that they are pregnant.
Meanwhile, Attorney General Brenna Bird says her office made their case to defend the heartbeat law. She says it protects unborn life and prioritizes mothers' health. Maddie Franz, WQAD News 8.
And the state Supreme Court is expected to have a decision sometime in June. Now, according to a March 2023 poll by the Des Moines Register, 3 in 5 Iowans believe abortion should be legal in most or all cases. And Iowa Governor Kim Reynolds also responded to today's hearing. She says in part, quote, "Today, the unborn had their day at the Iowa Supreme Court. As a pro-life governor, I will do everything I can to protect the innocent unborn and promote strong, healthy families."